From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday, it's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Yeah, but what keeps you going? What makes you wake up early in the morning?
Yeah.
But are those who feel like he's the one being played by President Uhuru Kenyatta?
Raila?
Yes.
Are you shitting yourself? My church until today never got a shilling from Scotland to start. It generated its own money. Donald Trump said, Africa is a shithole.
And now in this sense you accept that it is
the church is being used by politicians like they are shithole. All these things will hit one another and there will be an orchestra.
Yeah?
Very beautiful. You don't think you are in a real theater.
I hope the wind blows when we're here.
Yes. So these are the things that collide.
Yeah.
Do you know why it is there? All these things are like you and I.
Yeah.
Helped dig the quarry. This was a quarry. You can see things at the pump water.
Yeah.
You can see there were pumps.
Yeah.
You can see border people used to bring things, material here, cars, vehicles.
So these were all
those things that helped build
this place.
They are the servants of this place.
Yeah.
And when they finish their work, we give them some eternal peace in heaven. That is their eternal rest. So we didn't throw them away.
Yeah.
You can see
because I can see even the tins for the paint.
The sufurias.
Yeah.
Everything to the top. If you go there nearer, you will see that there's nothing that helps to build a house that you don't find there.
Everything is here.
Everything. Build a house, construct, dig. They are given.
Yeah. But talk to me about the whole concept, the whole idea.
Yeah, museum.
I'll
tell you why. If you look at here, there is water here, 2 lakes, River Jordan, Lake Tiberias, and Lake Kigali, at the corner. There are a lot of sculptures. If you, starting from here, that one on the top, people say is a dictator.
Why? Why would they say that?
It looks like a former Kenya dictator. Can't you see? But these sculptures, there are so many there. You can see the one behind him is Wangari Maathai.
Yes,
You can see the sculpture of Wangari Maathai carrying the weight of a dictator.
Yes.
All those sculptures are mainly political, theological, social. There are so many.
Right.
Even of crucifixion, sculpture of the nativity, they are there.
Yeah, but what keeps you going? What makes you wake up early in the morning?
I keep on going because I don't breathe oxygen. People are my oxygen. I breathe people. If you have come here, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
You are my oxygen.
Yeah. So we make you.
People make me live. That's why I became a minister.
Right.
Because I breathe people.
Right.
Yes. Go therefore into all the world and make people my disciples. People. I don't know make them only disciples of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They are also my oxygen.
Yeah. But you see, sometimes people have different ways of living with other people. We have a challenge of being able to live well with others. What's the secret? How do you make...
The first thing is accept people's mistakes, flaws, weaknesses.
Yeah.
Because to them, you also have.
Yeah.
So you are not perfect.
You're not perfect.
So you accept you accept Moi with all his weaknesses, violence.
Yeah.
And you know that a magazine I just left at the table, which asks, who of these will become the next president? Odinga, Mativa, Kewaki, all those people. I decided it on the streets.
You did?
Of course, by demonstration and other things. NCC. You know, we decided who will become the president of Kenya in 1902 on the streets.
Yes, correct.
There were no public rallies like today.
Correct.
You know, there were no public meetings.
Correct.
We had not changed the constitution to allow license for public meeting.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was through the streets, the second
It is,
liberation.
what you call it, whatever you call it. To me, it was the only liberation, because if had there been liberation, Ogiga Odiga who would not have said, not yet Uhuru. You remember that, what he said?
Yes.
So I consider that was for Ogiga, that was the only liberation.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. All right.
And if we flip back the arms of the clock and look to today's situation, where we have the courts deciding on certain important things. You've said there are rallies. We have heard of people saying that there is...
there are churches today which are being used as
churches
rallies.
also.
Yes.
So how does that make you feel, first of all?
I feel somewhat victory in that freedom did not exist. But feel sorry that it's being abused.
It's being abused.
It's being abused. You are using the church like a shithole, where every politicians who want to go to toilets goes into the church.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not using my word. I'm using Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump said, Africa is a shithole.
And now, in this sense, you accept that it is the churches are...
The church is being used by politicians, like they are shithole.
How do they liberate themselves from this? They accepted it and that's it.
But, some of the clergymen are also shithole, in a different way, in that they want money.
Yeah.
And so the Bible says, love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah. Okay, so I'm saying it's complicated. I'm simplifying it by saying I can't call somebody a shithole, but the behavior is simply determined not by the word of God, but by being used as a utility.
Yeah, and personal interest.
Personal interest by someone else.
Right.
Where the church is for worshippers, who include politicians. Yeah.
But you see, COVID has made life very difficult to a point where we'll accept anything because we need to survive.
We need to survive, but not to exploit.
Not to exploit.
Yeah. This for my wife.
Yeah.
Like it's a house.
Nice.
Come in. This is our.
Yeah.
This is simply a house you could rent, but I made it including upstairs. You can I publish a lot of books.
Right.
More than 10 since I retired.
Right. You said this she built for her.
She built it. We built it for her rental so that she can have pension.
Right.
But now, then I retired. I turned it into my own utility. Now we are coming to the word utility. Something you use.
Yeah.
Yes. I said that you are using your suit as aesthetics and as utility, two things, aren't you?
Yes.
And because to protect you from code.
Yes.
I turned this into my utility.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a huge house.
It is locked. That's in my accountant's office. This is the storage for books. Some of the books which are not sold. Fred really some of them.
Wow.
This is storage for books. You can see, and then you can see.
You love books.
These are the books I write. All these are books. I don't know how to open. I can show you the ones open or downstairs.
They once said that if you want to hide something from an African, then hide it in a book.
Not Africans alone. Yeah. When I went to Princeton, Library. I was given, students are given a room where you go stay in the campus. You are shown in the classroom you go. You'll be going. You are shown your professors. You are shown your cubicle in the library. Downstairs, it's all library for students. If there are 300 students, each will have their own cubicle. The cubicle I was shown was the one Einstein used. You remember? Albert Einstein,
yes.
So when I went to the shelves to look at the book he borrowed from the library, I saw his chef books. He never went to catch them. he was where he was reading and he put a check.
And there was a check in there. And it was very safe.
He reshelved the book without remembering he was paid the check.
So now,
I think I've done that many times.
What does that say about us then? I mean, as far as the reading culture
because he had
is
seen
concerned.
the previous checks were enough to have food.
Yeah.
All he needed to live was food.
Yeah.
And they pay electricity, pay water.
Yeah.
But because he was a scholar, he had no other things. He died a scholar. He never left school all his life. Like went to be employment. He died a student. What they call advanced studies institute. Yeah. And so he, as a scholar, he had no need for money because he was only going to university.
Yeah. So he just kept it in there, and that is where
the envelope. Or took it to the bank if he remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, books keep a lot of our history,
Yeah.
and you see, this book will or contains a lot of information.
A lot of information since Kenya began.
Yeah, but we do not write, we do not keep our history in this way today. I mean,
you see, we are not we are poor. A millionaire in Kenya is the poorest person psychologically, and he dies of poverty.
Explain that.
I was told I was attending a conference I was giving a keynote lecture for the Institute of Development Studies in Africa, in Nairobi. They met in Nairobi one day. Yeah. So I told them about how my church, my church is the one who started the 1890 irrigation schemes, agroeconomy, agribusiness. My church imported rice from Bego. The first right to be grown in Kenya was grown in Kibuwezi. There's still an irrigation scheme is there, our PCA. Then they imported mangoes from Mexico. They imported grapes. They are still grown in the Kibuwezi area by United University. When that happened, the church was doing that not to get rich, but as part of evangelism.
Right.
To be able to grow people as workers.
Yes.
Train people. My church until today never got a shilling from Scotland to start. It generated its own money because it was started by Imperial British African Company. Yeah, it generated its own money. Even money, we generate our own money with the Mere Hotel in Mombasa, Whisper. All these hotels generate. Hospital, we charge fees. Schools, if it's an alliance, we charge fees. So we generate our own
self-sustainability.
Not to make it wealth. We are not a company. You understand? We are a church.
You're a church.
But a church which is like Paul, who was a tent maker, self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Like last month, this last month but one, we had a Thanksgiving service in Ikeno. We give 23 million.
So it's the church now
and yes, it's
giving.
the COVID. More than we have been given before. It's the church maintaining and building itself.
Yeah, but on the flip side, we are seeing churches
building
receiving.
its own schools.
You know, right now what we're seeing is churches receiving
Receiving.
donations,
They are not churches. They are bogus churches.
bogus churches.
Yeah.
Bogus churches.
They are bogus churches. Because while you are sent to preach and evangelize the world, but you depend on that world for your survival. How? Can you preach to it? No.
No, you can't.
What message you give? They are the ones who are having the message to you.
Correct.
Yeah, the message is materialism.
Materialism.
Okay, you get me?
I get you.
So you are reversing the gospel by depending on people who are not Christians. So let me teach you philosophy. Philosophy is a being in itself. Intrinsically, you being human. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Yourself, who you are. The next one is what who you do. You are a journalist.
Yes.
Are you yourself or are you a journalist? Journalist is a vocation.
It's a vocation. Yeah.
But some people become their vocation. They become a teacher. They don't know themselves no longer who they are. They know they are a teacher.
Yeah.
Or a policeman.
Because they've done it for ages.
And they forget.
Yeah.
They replace themselves with the profession, with the vocation. We agree with that?
I agree completely.
Then the third thing is having what you get, the product of yourself, and the vocation becomes money or property or houses. You forget what you do, you forget what you have, and you become your property. You The more you have, the more you are.
And the more you keep wanting more.
Because you are what you have, it will never be enough. Yeah.
I see that.
So you move from being yourself to do what you do to what you have.
Right.
Having becomes primary, not even doing. You can cheat. You can teach, you can deceive people that you have done what you are supposed to do. You can, if you are a doctor, you can cheat, you have done the medicine, but you haven't done it because all you wanted was to be paid.
Yeah, to get a job.
And if you are a lawyer,
yeah.
you become what you call in the road sign, ambulance. You're not practicing law anymore. Because what you are practicing is having, is what you have, not what you do.
I see.
Because you are not offering your client any service. You are going to court in order to get paid. The insurance and not give to the client.
Right.
So you have moved from stage 1, being human, your dignity, to stage 2, what you do, from stage 2, what you do to what you don't do, in order to get money. Okay. You see, churches can also progress in the same way.
Yeah.
This is being churches.
Yeah.
They become what services they offer. They forget that. The money they get out of that becomes the driving motive.
Yeah.
Making money becomes the driving motive.
But you see, challenging enough is that the churches today see the politicians who give to them as the ones who...
They don't give them. They buy them. You know Jesus was bought.
Yeah.
You know they sold Jesus.
Yeah. He was sold.
Judas sold.
Yes. 30 points.
And you know in the New Testament, Simon wanted to buy the Holy Spirit also. He offered money. You understand? And he was told, you and your money you get lost by Peter. You see, it is the progressive thing that the churches are not simply doing what they are doing, they are selling themselves to the members, not themselves. They are retailing members to the politician. The more members you have, the more you can get more money.
Yeah. Especially now in Mount Kenya.
Mount Kenya is a shithole, I said. You know, it's like a shithole. Is it not true? For politicians to come and defecate on the Kikuyu. Don't you agree?
I kind of agree with you because everybody, it's a very busy
No. Mount Kenya
area now.
It's a citizen place. We citizens of Kenya should be treated like Kenyan citizens. On equal like every other citizen because voters are Kenyan citizens.
Yes.
But now we are being treated like an object which you can milk source or you can milk from which you can milk votes. We are not human. We are being denied our humanity. Yes, we are being denied our humanity because there is no constituency called Mount Kenya in the constitution. There is no county called Mount Kenya. We are not. The Mount Kenya is not a statutory body or organization. Right. It is a package. It is being peddled and packaged like what I said. Let me quote Trump again. It's being peddled like a shithole for politicians to come and defecate on our identity and dignity. Okay, so you are saying these are books I put here. Yeah. And this is one I said, and also that is the document, research and documentation officer's office. Yeah. And this is the director of programs office. Yeah. Yes. He is in this office. So
it's a nice office.
Yeah.
Very nice office.
So I've shown you there. I'll be very quick.
Yeah. These ones, may I have them? You know, I just carried them.
What?
This one.
I will send you. It's good. You have it. You'll give me 22,000 before you leave.
Very interesting.
Because a publisher wants to be paid.
So, you see, I'm very, very concerned about
Tell me, who was the government?
You had already become the government.
Yeah, who was the government? Democracy is of obligation. It's the obligation of everybody to care for the other. Name all professions we nurture people to be, they were not born with those. Those are products of nurture.
But people argue people are born leaders.
No, they are nurtured.
They're nurtured
to become leaders.
So what does this place mean to you?
What?
This place. Like, in terms of the significance in your life.
I'll go there and I'll tell you what it means to me.
Yes,
you have asked me.
Yes.
money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Please make those payments and take dinner out the freezer. Enjoy your day off.
Hey.
How was your day?
Great.
Did you pay the bills?
Abby did it.
And the plumber?
Abby did it.
Send money to your mom?
Abby did it.
Who's Abby?
Bank on WhatsApp with Abby, your 24/7 digital personal banker. Another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Did you take dinner out the freezer?
Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@luke-up.tv.
So this is where my second place is. You can see these are books. 2 tons. I have more tons of books.
I can see.
Yeah,
and you've read all of them? Or they
no,
just,
I have not read all. But those in the office, I'll show you where I've read all of them. But these ones are journals, towards political science, political psychology, political elections, political theory. Country by China, Germany, Russia. This is in German, actually, it's not even in English. And you see, so that if a German, this is political psychology, I told you. This is International Studies Quarterly of Political Science. I got them, where are Europe? Where are Europe? You see, all these books, you can see this is not English. Some of it that's in political psychology. You know, you see, Stalinism is politics. So, if you Leninism, all those things, Marxism, you can read almost every branch of politics
that you want.
I don't know any branch of politics, whether it's political economics, whether it is whatever you think of is politics, is in this. The perspective of the world is politics. You can see. I have books from all over the world. I know no alternative that there. Yes, you can see. The ideology of the offensive. How to be offensive. Do you know what is the ideology of the offensive?
Tell me.
If you are going to fight, don't wait for somebody to attack. Attack first.
You go first.
Because the battlefield suffers more than what you are fighting. You know, when you drop a bomb, it may not kill anybody, but the battlefield is destroyed.
It is destroyed.
If it's your home, you have no home. So don't let people come and fight. But if you are quarreling with somebody, don't let them come onto your area. Go and fight in their area.
In our current situation between the president and his deputy, there are those who say that there seems to be a very huge fight between the two of them. Going by that particular book, who do you think is attacking the other, or is this just politics?
You see, who is attacking the other? They are pawns of Raila. You know, in a chessboard. Yeah, Uru and who?
Ruto.
pawns. You know how to play chess?
Yes.
They are pawns on a chessboard. Who is playing them? Raila, because he's a master of politics, they don't know politics. Yeah.
So in
He
this
is,
case,
he is the one who is conducting the whole game.
you feel like it is Raila who is
Playing the game.
playing the game as we speak.
It is his game. He may not be in control of the game, but at least it is his game. Yeah.
But there are those who feel like he's the one being played by
Who?
President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Raila,
Yes.
are you shitting yourself? He has strings. He has Uhuru. They better reconcile. They better stop that nonsense because they are wasting their future years. Uhuru is being finished by agreeing to be played a game with his deputy. Because he cannot win, no matter what you do, you cannot win war against your children. Can you?
You can't.
You can never win a war against
Your own children.
your own children or your own juniors. They can only win. Because when you remove them, who succeeds you?
True.
You are killing your own successor. There's no greater success than successors. Everybody needs a successor. Uhuru has no successor now. Yeah.
And you say all this is Raila's.
Okay, so they're removing Uhuru's success, but he's not going to succeed Uhuru. He is going to succeed himself. He is himself. He is himself. Yeah. He will succeed his father, not Uhuru. Uhuru was to succeed Jomo Kenyatta, but not Raila. Raila cannot be Kenyatta's successor, only Uhuru. And Uhuru should have created his own success. Now he doesn't.
Wow. What if we say that he is creating him in Raila Odinga?
Who is older, both of them?
All right.
Who is older in politics? Who has an ideology?
Raila.
What ideology? If any Uhuru has any ideology, is to protect his wealth. Yeah? But if not to gain power, he's not. But who ideology is power pursuance, is getting the method and the means by which you get power. It's not what ideology is. There are books on ideology here.
Books, yeah.
It's the process and the method and the means by which you access power. You know, and you get it and you maintain it.
Yes.
That's an ideology.
It is.
Yes.
Wow.
So who is now having an ideology?
Who do you think is having that ideology today?
Today, in Kenya?
Yeah.
Only Raila.
Only Raila.
Only Raila. All the rest are circling around him like a moth.
But it's going to be difficult for him, no?
But it's bad for Uhuru to be circling like a moth around Uhuru.
Around Raila.
Around Raila. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's good for him. I think I've been advising him through you, media. Finish your job which you said you are going to finish. Leave somebody else's job alone. Finish your job. And let the vice president finish his vice presidency. Finish your presidency. Let your vice president
finish that.
Finish his. That's all. Let the others play their own game. Yeah.
So what does this place mean to you?
What?
This place. Like in terms of the significance in your life.
I'll go there and I'll tell you what it means to me.
Yes,
you have asked me.
Yes.
If you look at these sculptures, they were that way. These are branches. They are upside down. Because that's how to study them. Because if I put them upright, they will not. Let me use this one. This tree left the ground when it was one. This was one of the branch. All these. If I cut it here, you will see as if there are different trees. Yeah. If I cut it here, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But one time it was one tree. Yeah. At the beginning. Yeah. Let's call that. We have always seen the program as one tree. If imagine this program is 1, 2, 3, 4. How many trees? But it was one when it came out. What did I do? Let me ask you, and you don't give me the answer. Why do trees grow upright?
They follow the light.
No, that's a lie. That's one of the. That's
It's what we were lied to in biology in school.
That is what the biology was the teacher, not the biology.
Yeah.
Misread and
The where the light is where the
no,
tree
no,
gets the direction.
that was a lie.
Yeah.
Because all seeds begin under the soil. One side grows up and the other down. It's a gravity matter. The seed has two sides, carolyzer.
Yeah.
One pro-gravity, the other one anti-gravity.
Yeah.
So no matter how much you bury it, it
will still grow.
It will grow up without light.
With the roots going down.
The leaves will come from the soil. Why do they branch? To get oxygen, to get chlorophyll, to manufacture food. Yeah. So it was not coming, it was going up anti-gravity, but then to get food, to manufacture food, it is branching.
Out, yeah.
Then some trees don't go like acacia, these Maasai trees. They reach about 10 feet and they grow like that. That's why giraffe like them. So because now they start, the roots, the anti-gravity reaches its maximum capacity to go up. So the tree grows sideways. Yeah. Then before, the same with the roots.
Yeah.
When they reach 1, 2, 3 inches, they started branching to get water. Up they started branching to get sunlight. Can you see?
I can see it.
Now tell me, what makes trees grow upward? Gravity.
It is gravity.
Just like what makes you stand? Gravity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, so what I do is to nurture trees. Any tree which even grows one root, I can even coil like that against each. They can branch, go face up, then coil them like that, and like that. And within 7 years, I have this kind of product. I have a product like this.
So this you did when it was still young?
Young. They break, but you keep on trying and you succeed to grow artistic art, natural art like this one.
It takes patience.
It takes patience to nurture them. And that's what education is. Let me ask you, what is education? There's 3 things. There is nature. Nature is the way you are born. Potentially, you can become educated, you can do a PhD, you can
without going to school.
Even without, you have the brain.
Yeah.
Even though you do not get a PhD, you have the
potential.
Some people can run like Kipchoge, but they did not train to run, so they will never run. But the potential was there when we were born naturally.
Yeah.
All people have the national qualities and ingredients to be at least somewhere where they are not. To be where they can reach maximum, we call it nurture. These trees germinated with the potentials. I nurtured them. When you are nurtured, that part is called nature. No, kasha. Kasha is a product of nature and nurture. You cannot get a better kasha than the potential which a person naturally left the mother's womb with. What you had when you were born, only that can be nurtured. One cannot add to you anything.
You cannot, yeah.
For instance, I have a doctor of philosophy and I have got a doctor of divinity. I can have another one because I still have the potential brain.
Yeah.
Some people cannot go beyond standard 8, no matter what you do with them, because they didn't have those potentials. Nature did not allow them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see nature?
Interesting.
So education is to tell us, detect what people who are born with more natural capacities than others.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
It detects. It doesn't give them, the capacity for me to have PhD was not given by the teachers. They just nurtured. Nurtured and they got what the product.
The product at the end of it.
Okay, at the end of the day. So I'm saying education is the best way to nurture and the quickest. Home is not.
You can just stay at home.
Home can only reach you up to here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parents cannot reach up there.
Yeah.
This one, that's why you see, when I nurtured this, it reached a place where I could not reach them with my hands. So I let them grow back to nature.
To nature.
To nature.
Yeah.
Can you see all of them? I let them grow back to
nature. You could not continue
unless I look
nurturing.
I can continue nurturing if I look for a ladder, Gary.
Yeah.
If I look for a ladder, I can continue climbing to nurture them.
Yeah.
But where shall I keep them? And my house roof is near. True. So I measured them in the field. When they reached where I can put in this room, I stopped nurturing them so that they can grow branches so that I have something to study them.
Nice.
Can you see? So we nurture people to become doctors because they have the potential. Some to become engineers, some to become architects, some to become pilots. If name all professions, we nurture people. They were not born with those. Those are products of nurture.
But people argue people are born leaders.
No, they are nurtured.
They're nurtured
To become leaders.
become leaders.
They have the potential. If you don't have an IQ which you are born with, which can be nurtured to become a leader, you cannot become a leader.
There's a debate going on right now about the competence-based curriculum versus the 844 system. And many parents today are saying we have to revert back to 844.
There's that's nonsense. Because competence-based, you are teaching values of obedience, cooperation, social, all those things, but they are not teaching the proper Christian values of justice. They are teaching peace and unity. They are not teaching proper values of justice and of dignity and of integrity. Those things that Kenya, you need to make Kenya better, not to make you yourself better, but to make Kenya
better. Some
are not personal values. Values of justice is not a personal value. Love is personal, emotional. Yeah. But to be just is you have to pay something. It's a curation to share. To take care of everybody. Let me define democracy to you. What is democracy? Democracy is a system of governance where everybody cares for everybody. When you pay taxes, you are going to build a school, but you don't ever go to that school yourself, or you may not have children. When you pay taxes, you are going to build a hospital, but you don't ever go to that hospital. So I'm saying, in democracy, everybody takes care of everybody, whether they want
or not.
Let me restate what I said. Democracy is of obligation. It's the obligation of everybody to care for
the other.
Love your neighbor as
yourself.
And you are putting obligation on that Jesus statement that love your neighbor as yourself. So justice is application of Jesus statement, love your neighbor as yourself. Because you are being told that it is your obligation when you are nurtured no longer to take care of yourself, but to take care of everybody. You are part of everybody. So where you're taking care of everybody, you're also taking care of
yourself.
The other one, democracy, which is also very important as obligation of everybody to take care of everybody. Democracy is also the right to be taken care of by everybody. One side, when you are driving, when you are coming driving, who was driving?
I was driving.
You are taking care of everybody. But you are taken care of by other drivers.
Correct.
So the place everybody's right, mark the word two ones. Never forget them if you are going to be my student. One term obligation, the other one right. R-I-H-T-I-T, right. You have a right. When you left home, you have a right to be taken care of everybody. Otherwise, you will be killed on this road. That's the right. Matatos don't observe very much. They don't observe other people's rights. They drive on the wrong side. That's not democracy. Democracy is if they obeyed their obligation to drive on the right side. Because that is in the law. You must drive on the right side. That's an obligation for you to take care of everybody.
Right.
And you also, other drivers coming from their side must respect your right.
They must.
To be taken care of by them.
Correct.
We agree?
We agree.
So we are saying democracy is the best defined, the best mode of government because it is an obligation and a right.
Earlier on we were talking about the liberation, which you said many call it second, you see it as the only liberation for the country. If you look at what you went through and the people who went through whatever they went through to have the country have democracy in your definition of the right and obligations, is there anything to celebrate today?
Yes. Okay, to achieve that right and obligation for everybody, to compel government and write down that it should be a system by which people take everybody else. A government is not a right to be taken care of. All governments are obligations of the people to take, they are instruments of the people to take care of everybody. To build roads, to build hospitals, to build schools, to build security. Government is your extension. You are taking care of everybody else because you cannot reach the one in Turkana and in Maridi. You are using the government to do that. You are applying your obligations through the government. Everybody is, through the government, meeting his obligation by God. Yeah. And there is no other way of meeting your obligations than having a government. Is there? Tell me, is there any other way? You can meet your obligation to a person in Iran. And I'm very happy about your question.
Yes.
Because you are the first person in this room to understand the concept of obligation. Do you know that?
That's
quickly.
Nice to hear.
And you are the first to understand. You know what? Very many professors come here and they don't understand what obligation is. But therefore I don't go to the next stage of telling them that since you cannot go and protect people from hunger in Turkana, you have a government to do that for you.
To do that. And it's an obligation. It's not that they are doing you a favor. It's an obligation.
It's an obligation. Because that man in Turkana has a right to live. What are human rights? Right to life? Is that true?
True.
Life to liberty? Life to have a means of existence, to have food, to have medication, right to education. All those rights are right of even you.
Yeah.
You got your right.
Yeah.
But to get them, there was an obligation for somebody to build a school and to pay a teacher. Who paid the teacher? People by paying taxes. And I'm saying you cannot go yourself to Turkana or Garissa and to pay a teacher here. There, to teach, or go and teach. You meet your obligation through the government. So we are meeting our obligation by having laws and constitution that compels the government to do our obligation. Yeah.
So you're happy that the struggles that you went through...
We are happy. That's what I'm trying to answer.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. The government is meeting certain limited amount of obligations. Corruption is hindering. There has never been in Kenya or in Africa a government as good as Kenyan. I don't think to see any. Where we hold president and everybody accountable. We hold BBI accountable. They cannot use force to enforce it. At least they would have used force about 6 months ago, but by now they had agreed that the court also meets people's obligation.
Correct.
Isn't the court doesn't what you want the court meets?
It does.
It's your agency to meet. The executive was not meeting your obligation; it was violating them. Yes, but who helps you to meet your obligation, and who compels the government to meet your obligations?
To the courts.
The court, and therefore to respect your rights. So, all obligations met. All human rights are met.
That's interesting.
You see, so this office is for teaching those kind of things to people who come here. I organize workshops, seminars all over Kenya because we do research, and with that research we know what are typologies of masculinity in the community. Nowhere in Kenya do men meet their rights, their obligations today, unless. You see, every evening when they ask for food, they kill wives.
I've seen that.
You have seen that?
Yeah.
Or when they ask school fees, they kill children because they don't want to meet their obligation, and which is very democratic. Yeah, the right to marry is accompanied by obligations. It's a right, but you have to meet your obligation. There's no right without obligation.
But talking of that, what do you think is going on? Are we a sick, sad society?
No, no, no.
When you look at those cases of murder?
No, no, no. We are not all murdering ourselves. Here we are not doing it. But it's that we are indignant at violations of our rights and our obligations.
Yeah.
We are very angry about them. And I think There was a time we want. People are being detained. Who was asking? That's our achievement. The indignation people are feeling. Jesus was indignant in the temple and whipped people. I'm saying the indignation you see us with is a product of our victory. Who was protesting against somebody being detained? Tell me. You would also be detained or be taken to your house. So people are cowards. They are courageous today. It is through. Can you imagine? It's not like it's like a dream world today. What is the greatest dream? What is the dream world? Can you imagine? Could you have imagined even today in any other country, in Kigali or in Uganda? Can you imagine in Uganda or Kigali or Tanzania having Wetangula, having Mudavadi, having Raila, having Kalonzo, having who else? Uhuru, having Ruto,
Mohisa Kitui.
Can you imagine 7 guys in another country of Africa having a level playing field? Uhuru going back to the level of Ruto, level of Kalonzo, level of, and he is the president. Can you imagine Museveni playing that game?
Not possible, you feel?
You are saying not possible, why? The way you assess it. Can you imagine the president of Tanzania, Magufuli, having other 6 guys on a level playing field?
And no one is detained.
No one is detained, no one is killed. Can you imagine? I'm asking you, can you imagine? That is the only country in Africa where 6 top guys can compete at par and compete and get home in the evening. Not to get road accident like Aguin Kodek, not road accident like Ronald like Gara. What will happen to them? They were road accidented. If you have never seen a road accident, go and dig Ronald Gara and who? And now he's got it. And you don't know what is to be road accidented. So, these were guys who tried, who attempted, who dared come into the same playing field as Kenyatta.
And it was not allowed.
It's not possible.
Not possible.
So you can see our achievements.
I can see that.
So don't think that competition is bad. I don't fight the competition between Uhuru and Ruto bad, but because they are children of one mother, Guinea, they should not be competing in a way of getting people being supported by, because they are in a position to lead together. Because the other one is the president. They should not divide the people along that line.
Right.
I don't mind Mudavadi and Uhuru and Ruto being divided, because there will not be war in Kenya for their division. Okay? But there can be war between because in Kenya because of Uhuru and Ruto. Because they have authority which others who are not in the government don't have. Yeah.
And you've been saying that you're ready to reconcile them. I would like to know, Mwefika wapi, how far is that? Have you made calls as the president picked?
Why are you here? Because you heard what I've said, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Even they have said they are hearing more than you are doing.
Yeah.
Because not only they are here, but you don't know invisibly.
Yeah.
What we are saying, you are going to write it.
Correct.
Will they hear it?
They will.
Even if they don't hear it personally, they will be told. They will be told, who knows you? And don't they know?
They do.
In the evening, they are given a briefing of what everybody else said. So don't think they are stupid. Even me, there was a time I used to be given a briefing of what Moi is doing every day. He's going to China next week. He's going back. I had more spies, even Moi's bodyguard, about of them who are my briefers. They would remain in the bank pretending we are going to withdraw the money, and they would tell me what is happening in the State House. I would go, and I'm not Anglican, to worship in all things, so that I can meet somebody to tell me what is going on inside the State House. There was a time I was the president of Kenya outside the State House. Yeah. When Akina Matifa came to my side of possession, Akina Kifake, all those times, I used to get perhaps more information about the State House than the State House got about me. Yeah.
How did you manage to do that?
because everybody wants a change.
Yeah.
Everybody had somebody who suffered because of those regimes.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted new life.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm saying everybody.
Including those within
it.
The circles of power.
Including Karoiro. You know Karoiro who was killed?
Yeah.
From Nakuru. He was arrested and brought to Nyao House because of wanting to compete with the Chotara.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Chotara in Nakuru. He wanted to stand for Naivasha MP. Chotara refused. And he was arrested. He was brought to Nyao House. You know what happened? Somebody came from Nakuru to Mtumu where I was a minister, told me, John, help you. We were classmates with Karoiro in Kagumo. Your classmate was arrested in Nakuru. He is in the Nyayo House. Can you please? We followed the vehicle and we saw it was government vehicle. Can you? That was on a Sunday. On Monday, I went to where the special branch. I used to have 9 special branch every day following me. So three at night, 3 in the morning, and 3 in the afternoon. So the ones who followed in the morning used to meet me at the United Bible Society where my wife used to work, at the Fogana Rain outside. I found them pretend to wash cars there and everything else, and to roam about, so I would know who are the special branch. So I said, you guys come. They will not refuse. I want you to go. They were shocked. One was called Gasharia. I see maybe you see arrived. Yes, I knew him that he is a special branch because of journalists like you. You know, you come and picture me when he's preaching, you know, when he's speaking. And this special branch used to be on outside me to hear. So I would ask journalists, who is this and this?
Yeah.
They told me,
tell you who you are.
They say who they are.
Yeah.
Even today, when you make me a picture on the street, I ask you who they are, and I'm told by journalists who they are. Yeah. So can you see who are my informers? Even journalists. Yeah. They went with Moi everywhere, so they could inform me where they are going tomorrow. Yes. So now, journalists are very good informers. So what happened is I called these guys, come. I want you to know now, Karoyo. Gasharia, yes. I want you to, what is the name again? I'm forgetting the name. I told them, I want you to go right now to Nyao House. And told that man who was called Opio. Was called Opio. Tell him to release Karoiro immediately. I don't want Karoiro shot. Killed or tortured. He was my classmate at Kagumo, and I want him free. Or take me there and let Karoiro go home. He was shocked. He was never assigned. From that day, he was not assigned to me. Because now they knew I knew him. So what happened is that Karoiro was released that very afternoon. That was in the morning. Karoiro was released that very day.
Nice. So they discovered you know them. You know them, and
I know who they are.
Yeah.
I knew every name of the special branch. I used to buy them lunch. Mnyamashoma, do you know why? Government was so broke, it could not buy. I won't even offer to buy them shoes. Because
and these were people assigned to you to track you and to try and mess you
one
up.
of them might marry my daughter. What is the problem? They had some young men. What is the problem if they marry one of my daughters?
Yeah.
Because they are getting familiar by coming to work after me.
Yeah.
So what happened is this. When they follow me all the way to Lord and I'm going to preach there. If they are one assigned to me. They are not given pocket money. No. Some hitchhike. Some have to borrow lift to be where I am. When I go to one time I went to Band Forest to preach. They are there, all the way from Masera. What do? I give them lunch.
You can imagine.
It's my duty to feed Kenyans. My obligation.
Regardless of whoever you are.
Whoever is hungry. Jesus said, feed my spirit. The spirit of the Lord is upon me to feed the hungry. Not the hungry who love you, who don't. To feed the hungry. To free captives. to heal the sick, and to give sight to the bride. Not to the bride who are your friends, to the bride. I saw democracy is an obligation.
It's an obligation.
I am very democratic. So I had an obligation to ensure. Then I went to Meru to preach. Beautiful down there. I went, and the special branch who were following me were behind me in their vehicle. My vehicle hit this, you know, the Meru people drain water on the surface of the road. And, you know, for irrigation, to take homes. Yeah. So my car was hit by those roads, and it broke. The oil tank started spilling oil. And they were behind me. When we reached where we were going, they told me, Reverend Njoya, your oil tank is leaking. I told them, get that and seal the hole. They told me, and I gave the other money to go back to Shuka. I knew them to go and buy me another gallon of oil, because the nearest shop was either in Meru or in Shuka. Yeah. And they went with their car and brought me oil. They knew I'm going to give them lunch, because there's nobody. I'm going to ask lunch for them. You see, the issue is that, who was the government, me or Moi? Tell me, who was the government?
You had already become the government.
Who was the government? You know, I enjoyed being beaten, not being injured, being followed, because I knew I was safe. Yeah. Because I will not be killed unless they kill me. Yeah. And I don't think any of them, I knew them. I didn't see any of them wanting to harm me. Yeah, you know, because they liked my sermons. Yeah. And they took office to me because I always wrote my sermons. Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, that when you are, who yesterday told me, somebody, I was coming from, it was night. Somebody asked me, why are you not afraid of being killed? I told him, you cannot prefer a death because you are always carrying it. Okay? Just because you know you are going to die, you doesn't mean that those who don't know they are going to die, they will not die. They just pretend to forget. So I told him, you are saying that you will live. I told him, you will live forever, whether you die or you live. You know, that you have eternal life. It is. Yeah. Don't you? It is. Yeah, you have eternal life. But anyway, I'm 80, and I still have 59 years to go. I have longer to live now than 80% of all Kenyans. That's how if I have 59 years to live, and Kenya's lifespan is about 59 to 69, it means the majority of Kenya will leave me still there. Even those who are born today will die and leave me here.
What's the secret?
What's the secret? Breathing people. Because I want to breathe more.
Correct.
Kenya is on the good side because not everybody who does rape, not everybody who does steal. Is that true?
True. We have good people.
But we have to preach to those who do, who do wrong. What you call a wekera robe. They put robe, a crown, on a man who has not fought. I told you there. Yeah. Mount Kenya is a shithole where every politician wants to come and defecate. No. Today. All fundraising, Harabe, in the church is evil in that we are sent to preach to the people we are asking money. We are supposed by Jesus Christ commanded to take the gospel to them, not them bring money to us. There you go. Okay. I keep them here because they are very, very precious.
Very precious. Very,
very, very precious.
The future of money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. and having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@luke-up.tv. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
So what are we looking at? What
This one is,
describe this for us.
this one is symbolically the Kigariri. You can see the crocodile on top of his head.
Yes.
Because pronouncing him, you can see where that is 2001 is retired.
Yes.
Pronouncing the Son of God.
Yeah.
And it's Jesus saying, the Holy Spirit with the hand is upon me to free captives. Can you see him pulling out the chains?
Yes.
Can you see? To free captives.
Yes.
And to let people free out of hunger, free from sickness and so on. That's what he symbolizes. And that is his birth. In book of Revelation, the birth of Jesus Christ did not occur in a manger. It occurred in the mouth of a dragon. You understand? And when the dragon was about to swallow him, it was reigned by Angel Michael. Can you see that's the mouth of a dragon?
Yes. Inafunga mdomo.
Iko katika ulimi. Can you see? That you can see where that lip is. Or that it's natural level of the water. In nature, what you call water table. But the water table here is very low because of many boreholes. So that is the bath, the baptism. That's the bath. That is what? Tell me.
Oh, this is at the cross.
No. That is, okay, there's cross, but it symbolizes the stability of the universe.
But there were three.
The proton, neutron, electron. They are polarized. Can't you see there is polarity? The world is kept together by polarization. You see electrons pulling the electrons and protons. When Jesus died, there was an explosion, like Hiroshima bomb. How when it exploded, the proton, neutron, that's why it's called nuclear bomb. Neutron, when they left each other, they released enough energy to blow the whole of Hiroshima. Jesus, when he died, there was lightning and thunder in the world. That's the first report of an atomic explosion. Jesus, it's as if the one who wrote about Jesus' death on the cross was a really big scientist. To say that
to understand that
there was a lightning and thunder. Just like in Hiroshima. That's what is. That equilibrium is the one which holds. You don't have to be agreed to grow. People can polarize in order to stay together. They can debate things.
And agree to disagree.
And agree to disagree. That's what holds the world together.
Nice. And so, I see a lot of architectural work, a lot of thinking, a lot of history, a lot of, sculpturing and all that. I mean, how long did it take to even put this together?
About 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
2001, I dug, when I dug, this to reach where the line is. Then I saw there was water underground. This is where the water, the longest river, second longest river comes from. This water is one which is used in the valley and mixed there as a river. So this is the water table that makes the second largest river in Kenya.
This
one. We are at the Gong Hills. You know the river Bagadi?
Yes,
the river comes from Gong Hills. Yeah. You go across here.
Over here.
You are a little bit further.
I move?
Yes, you move.
There? Or I go down?
No, I move. There. You are there. Sit down. When you are there,
I sit here.
You cannot see the beginning there. There. Can you see there at the beginning?
No.
Can you see there at the end?
No.
No. You see, for me, that's called life's journey. When you are born, you start fighting and struggling for life. You are given immunization about 6 to 7. Whooping cough, TB, polio, all those things here. You climb that.
Yes.
You are helped.
You're helped.
You are helped. That's where Jesus helps you first. Jesus also helped because he is God. He provides all those methods. He said, I'm a healer. The Holy Spirit allowed him to do that. So we do it. We have the obligation to do that for him.
Yeah.
So that children can grow.
Yeah.
I told you about democracy as an obligation.
Correct.
To nurture.
Correct.
Okay. Then you start school here, infancy.
Over here.
Here. Now you leave you come here, you are still a child. You stay here, then you finish university here. You become adult.
So over here now I'm an adult.
That's here you are adult. Then there you retire like me. Here. The rest of the journey is where I am.
And people will be arguing and saying, you know what, when you look at our generation today in terms of what we do and how we behave, what would be your advice from your generation to our generation? What are the things that you think we should be fixing
what
if
you
we want
should
to
do
live to your age and more?
Live a life of commitment to become helpful. Look for people where you can be helpful.
So how's a practical day in your life?
Like, a practical day in your life?
What time does it start? What time does it end?
A day of mine is reading at least 6 hours and writing, and it is socializing with my wife, debating with her, disagreeing, agreeing. Like yesterday, we disagreed very much what I'm going to say. I was in Kererebe last night. I didn't say what she told me not to say, but there are also I omitted. I wanted to go and sing a song in Kikuyu. Do you know Kikuyu?
Yeah, I mean, I lived most of my childhood in Nyeri.
I wanted to go and sing a song written. Nejo o malaita garo e baram daro wada hotana nege kero dobe erai aduode ona thoshito imenye ate de wa gerewani ya Jehovah. Do you know what that means? It means it's contradictions like kiama. And all these kinds of elders. They are crowning people before they have fought. Don't you know that they went to Mount Kenya to crown a man, what you call a Thobe. They put Thobe or crown on a man who has not fought. The only people who deserve to be crowned in Kenya is President Kenyatta, posthumous Kibaki. Who was after Kibaki? Moi? No, Kenyatta, Moi, Kibaki, Uhuru. They have won. You crown people after they have won. Isn't it?
Not before.
Not before.
They have not even fought.
No struggle. So these stupid, I call them stupid, young old men who are younger than me, went to Mount Kenya to crown somebody.
This is the Speaker of the National Assembly.
Whatever. They crowned him. he himself stupidly agreed to be crowned before he has fought. I wanted to say that they should have armed him to go and fight. But my wife told me, be careful. You don't define every arm. People can think it is physical.
Yes, yes.
They would have gone to Mount Kenya to arm this man to fight. Koho malaita nejo malaita garo ebara daro wadak hotana negekero tobe. You understand? After fighting,
get to the
give me the weapons. You know, to go and fight. If I win, then crown me. That's what the song says. But here is a person who said, crown me before I have fought. He was not given. He was not told by what means to fight. Was he told? Did you are in the TV? You showed him. Yeah. Did you show what? Tell me now. You are there. What weapons were you given? What weapon for fighting was he given? Was he given any?
Not really.
Do you know what he is going to do? Arm thugs to throw stones, because he was not told which weapons.
Which weapons to use?
He can use the young youth of the poor, not youth everywhere, because my children won't be used by him or your children. He will use the children of the poor who thinks 200 shillings is a lot of money. He can use 10,000 shillings to hire about 200 young people to go and fight the 200 young people from the opponent. Who is going to die? His sons and daughters or poor, the children of the poor. Now he was being by being commissioned by those elders to go and kill their children, because he was not told by what weapons. Muturi was being told to choose his own arms. He was not given the values and the principles, like chapter 6 of the Kenya Constitution, to go and use them to get into the State House. He was being put a crown without being in the State House yet. Wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. So
was it right? Was it right to crown a man who before he fights?
You know, politics has its own
dynamic. No. That's not politics. That's stupidity.
It is stupidity.
It's really stupidity, because it's not politics.
Yeah. Earlier on, you said Raila Odinga is the only one who seems to have, you called them, you said principles? You know, when we were looking at the issue of who now...
Who have an agenda?
Yes, agenda. You said agenda. That was the word you said. I would like you to probably just explain that more. Why Raila? Why him? And there's been a lot of demonization. You know, we've heard of politicians who said we were made to demonize Raila Odinga.
No, I'm not demonizing him. I'm saying he is a genius.
Yeah.
I'm talking. He is. I vote for him every time.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one who has an agenda.
For the country. For
the country, whatever it is. Because that's not for him. I'm voting for his father because I used to vote for his father. Yeah. But through the son, just by instinct.
Yeah. You just vote
for him. Just follow.
2022, if he was on the ballot, you'd still vote for him.
Because Odinga was really my father in political theory. Yeah.
So you're saying 2022, if he was on the ballot, you'd still use the same principle and vote for him?
I would still vote for him because I don't see alternative. I don't see. It is not that I won't. I don't see how. All the other guys I told you, Wetangula, Kalonzo, all these other people, they are like peanuts in Jogo Karanga, in Raila's pocket. You know, he is bigger than them.
Yeah.
He is bigger by far.
By far.
By far. So
William Ruto.
Who is Ruto? Ruto was helped by Hague. Okay? Not by himself. We were given Ruto by Hague.
The ICC.
The ICC.
So if the ICC was never there, Ruto would never be there.
Ruto would not have been there. You see, I'm not saying I will not vote for Ruto here, but he has to do something bigger than coming with a Hasra agenda. Either himself is the agenda, not his agenda, but he himself is the agenda. But Ruto is not the agenda. The agenda is is Hasra, but it doesn't have meaning.
It doesn't have meaning. Bottom
Because
up approach, you say it doesn't have meaning.
Yeah, if he did give us a class analysis, then I can join Ruto to join a peasant revolution, like the one in the 18th century and 19th century in Europe. You know, the peasant revolutions. Yeah, I can join a popular revolution, but that's not what he wanted because he doesn't have an ideology. He is not educated enough to have an ideology.
There's this perception about Mount Kenya where they have been seen as people who betray others when it comes to political agreements. You know,
I said that, I told you there.
Yeah.
Mount Kenya is a shithole where every politician want to come and defecate. They want to come to toilet, urinate on the Kikuyu identity. Yeah, so they should not be coming to do that to us. Yeah, they are not bringing any value or any meaning. They simply want to use the word Mount Kenya as a, because it goes high, but actually they are using it as a whole. Yeah, that's all they are doing. They are doing what Trump said. They are using Mount Kenya, the word term, from, it doesn't mean more than a shithole. Yeah.
So what should the people of Mount Kenya, I mean, not Mount Kenya, what should the people of this region do?
To refuse to become a shithole. Say that you don't have to come and tell us to elect you. You don't have to come all the way from Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, Turkana to come and tell you to choose you. You are in Kenya. We will hear you. Yeah. We will hear you and you can see what you are doing and who you are. Why do you have to come physically to Nyeri to tell me that you are better than someone else? Do you have to?
But the nature of our politics, I mean, when you have big crowds, that's when you send a message that these people are behind you.
But that's why I feel sorry about the church. Trading and retailing with its members to not believers because believers are saved. But they are retailing their members to these guys. Yeah. Especially to Ruto. And they are getting a lot of money for that retail trade. Yeah. You see? Yeah.
So what you're saying is that the churches that are allowing the politicians to come and even do the fundraisers are not being genuine in the gospel.
No.
Of today.
All fundraising, Harabe, in the church is evil in that we are sent to preach to the people we are asking money. We are supposing by Jesus Christ commanded to take the gospel to them, not them bring money to us. To take the word gospel, you cannot trade the gospel for money. We are supposed to go and preach salvation to them. Yeah, and when we reverse the man, they come into the pulpit to desecrate the church. Yeah. To come and ruin and spoil the church, make the church another shithole. Yeah. By coming to buy people with money, because we are they don't come to give that money unless they are buying people. They are not going to buy furniture for the church or stones or everything. What they are buying is the people. You may use the money if you are that, if you are a clergyman or illiterate one. They are not giving you the money to buy stones, to buy cement, to buy water, or to pay the contractor. They are giving you the money to buy the electorate, the people, citizens. Why do you use the money to buy stones or to buy cement? They don't come to shake.
There's no accountability.
There's no accountability. Do you see any accountability in the church that they will spend the money the way the politicians give them to spend?
So what you're saying is that, and of course we'll see a lot of this happening, the churches will continue to be used as the battlefield for the politicians as far as campaign is concerned. So what is your message to the congregants? Because these are the people you're saying are being auctioned by...
They are auctioned, but I'm saying all those who get Harabe money by the politicians, bottom line, they are thugs, they are thieves. All those clergymen are thugs, they are thieves. They are not collecting that from the tithe, which is in the Bible, or from the offering, which is in the Bible, or from thanksgiving, which is in the Bible. There are three methods in the whole Bible for supporting the church. tithe, offerings, and what you call thanksgiving. Yeah.
But the politician will always argue and say, mi najenga makao yangu ya kule mbinguni. So I am actually donating, giving this to the church. And then bring them. Yeah.
Jesus said, I'm going to prepare the place. He is even that evil to pretend that he is Jesus Christ building our places in heaven. Jesus said, I'm going to the Father, and where I go, I'll prepare a place for you, so that you may come where I am. Does the politician think that there's a state house in heaven where you can make and you'll go there? No. He may not go to heaven. Yeah. So it's not good. It's good to be consistent with the Bible. Yeah. Even when I retired, they will tell you that, you know, we could build a high school, we could build this computer training school, we could build so many things with our offerings. And yet, I was also one of the best paid minister in the PCA by my congregation at Keno. Allowances, everything. Yeah.
And you did not need the politician to come?
They came to worship. I came about 3 times to Keno. I asked Akina Wile Mutunga, Akina Davide, but they used to come to Keno many times when I was there. Yeah. Many politicians have been, even Muslim politicians, Ramadan, many other people from Kibera, they used to come to Keno.
But not for Arambe, not for fundraising.
It's a house of worship for all nations. All people, nations have been to Keno to pray. They didn't become, whether white or black, they didn't become what? They were not benefactors, they were worshippers. I can tell you how many Warohi was an elder, and he was the director of Barclays Bank, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I can tell you the characters around the cross, the character who were around Jesus Christ at that time. All these were characters who came to worship Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not to benefit.
They didn't come to become benefactors.
Yeah.
And they never entered the church by the door as engineer, Karoe, as a country architect so-and-so,
or attorney general,
or politician so-and-so.
Yeah.
They didn't enter the church as politician or engineer or architect, or they did not enter the church as even clergyman like me. I entered my own church as a worshipper. Not as Reverend Dr. Timothy Njoya, a minister. I came to church to worship.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Everyone, my house shall be a house of worship. That's St. Andrew's written at the door.
Yeah.
My house shall be a house of worship for
all nations.
All nations.
It's amazing. Do you have any regrets? I mean, when you look back at your life today, is there anything you regret if you were to start afresh from the
You are
womb
telling me
here?
too far. That's my crown.
Yeah.
I told you that you are given a crown after victory.
After victory.
What can you regret having a crown?
You can't.
My crown is you when you come here. Yeah. Can I regret you are here?
Not at all. Yeah.
For me, I cannot regret.
Yeah.
I lost my hand one time.
Yeah.
It was stony back. You can see.
Yes, I can see. Yeah.
You can see. I lost this finger, this one, and this on Labor Day 1977 at Kenyatta's time, and all this bone and all that. But I cannot regret. I preached the sermon I preached. I have all these fractures and this one, and all this and this. I got Kenyatta's time, and this one. Can you see it?
Yes.
Can you see a scar?
Yes.
All these fractures I was given by Moi's time.
Yeah.
Can I regret that I have those scars? What shall I show in heaven? That I was like Jesus Christ. Those my scars will be my passport to heaven. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like I did this for the country and yet the citizens...
I did it for the country, but for the glory of God.
For the glory of God.
For the glory of God.
Because I wanted to ask, because our nature of voting, our nature of alienation to the politicians.
I was not naive. I was not expecting people to follow even the constitution overnight. I expected bad manners, which we must correct by this coming election. Yeah. I think this coming election is going to be very peaceful. I predict it's going to be very, very peaceful. And I predict, because it's going to be better than the previous ones ever. Yeah, because we have learned from mistakes. Yeah.
We've learned from mistakes.
We have learned from mistakes. And I always pray that the youth will not kill each other, because these are poor people being used to kill poor people. Yeah, unemployed people being used by one person to kill the unemployed people of the other side. Do they kill the children of the rich?
Never.
They are paving the way for the children of the rich to inherit the country, not them. So whoever takes a stone and throws his life away, and throws his right away. That should not happen.
How do you get that discipline of keeping such things? You know, some of us, we don't even have the fact.
These are books, novels, Go Adiongo and others, fictions. That is theology. No. This, I told you the other is political science, mainly politics. Different. This is like country by country politics. Yeah, and South Africa. Many other areas, you know, all these kind of things. They were removed from there because to dry up.
Correct.
But you can see this is like, what is it called?
World politics.
Yeah, world politics. Okay, all these books, I wrote a lot of books by water. Can you see this one?
This one has been going down.
I even don't know what it was.
Still remains intact inside.
You can see this was my Princeton book. I don't know what it was called. What has read a lot of millions of books. Foundations of International Politics. You see? Okay. And all that is theology. Can you see? Bibles and other things. Okay. Because I'm mainly a theologian. These are letters that my mother was written by my father, and I wrote to my wife. It refused to open.
It refused to open.
But it doesn't matter because, okay.
No, it should. Would like to see the letters.
Okay, now you can see.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, you can see.
Wow.
You can see all these letters.
These are letters. Wow.
Written, handwritten.
And the one you said was your favorite. When
I don't know. It's very hard to get it.
Hard to get it right
yes.
now.
Okay. This is
you have your dissertation
papers. I don't know. These are old things that I went through. Very old. I keep them here because they are very, very precious.
Very precious. Very,
very precious.
Wow, there you go. Those are now the letters.
Letters and so forth. Okay. That is what is written there.
Njoya.
Njoya. Yes, you can see. You know, you have to go through this pile to know which year. Which year these letters were, because some are in the 20th.
They seem, they are for way back.
So I don't want to disturb them. Because you need to sort out, write a book on them. Okay, like this one. Whose idea is this?
Let me see. Oh, this is you.
When?
Where is the date? It's for New Jersey.
New Jersey.
1954. Wow. And you are very young. I mean, look at yourself.
1950.
What kind of a young person were you, like? Teenage.
Unruly.
Unruly? You don't look like you are unruly.
Why?
Why not?
Okay, what would you think? What would you think?
Like you are that. But you've said it
You know,
yourself. You can be an insider as well.
You see, the question is, like when my first letter to a newspaper was in 1964. 1964.
64.
To Target. Title, Missionary Go Home. And I was removed my first year in theological training. Missionary.
Go home. You didn't want them, or what?
No, I wanted, because my church was run by us, John Nigato, Mhoro, I wanted all the other churches to have no missionaries.
Okay, so that at least you can...
By the time my church still being led by a missionary, became independent in 1943. And my church built all these Alliance High School, hospitals, everything, without a single shilling from overseas. Just by offerings and tithing and us being farmers and being the first middle class in Africa.
Yeah.
Presbyterian middle class was the first one. Kenyatta, Musa Gitau, his teachers, and others. This formed the first ever middle class.
Right.
Even in America, even in Europe, the middle class was the first elite. People who are educated, who removed the feudal system, because who removed the kings and the and emperors. Why did they do it? Because they felt our knowledge, what they call the Enlightenment or Renaissance, our knowledge is enough power and wealth. We don't need any other alternative. But have you ever felt you are middle class yourself? I'm asking you.
Because the knowledge I have, I'm not seeing it as power.
You can translate your knowledge into industry.
Yeah.
Into aeroplanes.
Yeah.
Into nuclear power.
And it will give you wealth and power.
So, the first group in Kenya to feel that because we are educated, we are Kenya, not Kikuyu.
Yeah, we are Kenya.
We are Kenya. We are a Presbyterian group.
And your letter, you said missionary, go home.
Go home. 1960, I wrote. That wrote moratorium, meaning all missionaries in Africa must leave. You have read his book, The Frame, the Fanning the Frame. It says, Kato was the first to declare, he was the ACC chairman at that time. He was in the World Council of Churches. He was the first to declare all missionaries to leave Africa.
It seems
because we are saying that because, for instance, I was the first person to have my education in Africa as a theologian.
So you felt we were right, we were ready, we were right.
No. I mean, to have that amount of education. And from the best university in America. And then have another doctorate from University of Toronto. All that education makes you feel powerful, that you don't need anybody's, that what you have as knowledge, you can translate it into
wealth and power.
You don't need, you are conscious. Not only you can translate it, you are already conscious that you are wealthy and you are powerful.
Even when you haven't reached there.
That's something Jaga Karume could not feel. Even though he is a multi-billionaire. That's something who else cannot feel. Kenyatta could not felt long ago before me. He was nothing when he was challenged. He was no money or lad when he was challenging the British Empire. All he had was knowledge. Wasn't it?
It was.
All he had was
knowledge.
And I'm asking, all people, all Europe did have to conquer the rest of the world was knowledge. And now they had our gold, they had our uranium, they had our minerals, they had everything just because they had no knowledge. And the first thing I heard about from Gato of wisdom was that those who have knowledge in Kikuyu,
those with knowledge are the ones who with our things
and our energies.
So knowledge is very powerful, and that explains why
not those who have weapons, bombs, everything.
It's the knowledge.
Because even those bombs are used by those who have knowledge for them. So I said that knowledge gave Europe what you call the Enlightenment, the Renaissance. It gave Europe an edge ahead of the rest of the world until other people gained knowledge and removed Europe from their countries. What we gained was not weapons or anything. It is knowledge.
And you keep a lot of it
I'm
around.
asking you, I don't want to preach to you, and you agree. Do you agree?
I agree.
You agree? Once you have knowledge,
You have everything.
you know even why, you know even about the person who is conquering you, you can remove them.
Correct. Correct.
Somebody say, give me a place to stand, and I remove the world. The church was the place to stand.
Mobutu Sese Seko.
Mobutu was
Formerly Zaire.
And who was this?
This is Kenneth Kaunda, my name.
Wonderful. He said, these are subversive pamphlets, my sermon. He declared them as subversive. From that time, I went to the headline, more went to page 2 of all newspapers.
So in here, we have
things you shouldn't see because they are government.
wow.
Business, broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries, then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700-893-542
or email us on sales@look-up.tv.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. Career Guide.
Choose your occupation wisely. Before you decide to pursue any career, ask yourself this question. Can I see myself doing this all day, every day for many years? When you choose an occupation, make sure it's a good match for your personality, your interests, aptitudes, and work-related values.
Career Guide. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
You had a choice, Reverend, to do other things, live a different life, enjoy your personal life with your loved ones and the letters you are saying here, but you chose the struggle.
I chose to be a minister.
And chose to be a minister.
Because that was the only platform I could use and do what I did in Kenya. Mm-hmm. Even Okuru or Muge were using the same platform to be who they were. Mm-hmm. That you can do anything if you have somebody say, give me a place to stand and I remove the world. Mm-hmm. The church was the place to stand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've written that many times.
Right.
Where else would I have started? I would have started as a chancellor in the university or as Jega Karume, have money. Would I have done that? Okay, Kakimana would have done. What else would I have done if I didn't know what I was doing? I had all these books. They gave me knowledge. And that knowledge is what I applied to attract people like William Tuga, like Musiemi, like Musebi, like to attract people like who else? Like Kibwana. All these people who even Muslims, like Sakara from Madeira, from Garissa, people like Ibamarizi, these are Muslim, aren't they?
They are.
How did I attract them? By saying what they think was truth.
Correct.
By saying something they identify, not by identifying with me as a Kikuyu, by identifying with the statement I've made. Yeah.
And agreeing
And
strongly
agreeing
with it.
that statement is correct for me, not for Njoya. When I say let's dismantle the one-party state and replace them with pluralism, with common ground, who was going to add, somebody who don't think that's Christianity or Islam, they will say it is, in itself, it is truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am involved, whether I'm Christian or
no, I'm not,
Muslim.
I'm involved.
Yeah. But I'll take you back to politics, Reverend. We still want to vote on our tribal lines. We still want to vote for Mtuwetu. Whether with this knowledge that you're saying and maybe people who have read and all that, but we will still go to the ballot thinking about our person.
If you calculate that if I'm Kikuyu, not because I know or have knowledge or have other skills, if you calculate I'm a Kikuyu, I will rule Kenya, or if because I'm a Luo, I will rule Kenya, you are counting on numbers. You are not counting, which are not in your pocket. You are not counting on the goodness of all Kenyans. You are counting on your parochial sectional good. By the time you get it, you have started the war. Yeah. If you start a journey to win something for yourself, where others are not included, certainly by the time you finish the journey, war will already have broken, because what you want to benefit from is not you as alone. It belongs to all. I told you about Kenyatta.
Yeah.
This is the day Kenyatta was born.
That's Uhuru Kenyatta in the arms of Mama Ngina. And that's
when she was brought from the world and brought, you can see she's put that arranged so that Kenyatta can come in. You can see this is this is not a ward bed, that's maternity bed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you see that's maternity bed?
Yes.
And Kenyatta comes and sees, and he is like every other man, guessing. He is startled to have a son.
Yeah. Like that time when you're told, I think we are pregnant.
Yes. So,
yeah.
These are all the presidents who visited Kenyatta when he was president.
Right.
Who was this?
This is Mobutu.
Wonderful.
Mobutu Sese Seko.
Mobutu was
formerly Zaire.
And who was this?
This is Kenneth Kaunda, my name.
Wonderful. If you get 3, you will be more than other people who ever come here. And who is this?
Who's this? Let me see.
I don't want to look at the stamps because they will tell you. Who is those?
They would tell me. Oh God. Okay, fine. This one I'm allowed. Yeah, I'm allowed.
The first president of Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but I could tell that he's Zimbabwean. I don't know why.
That is Joshua Nkomo. And who is this? This one you won't get.
This one I will not. I can't.
President Boyne of Ivory Coast.
Yeah, yeah. But at least I got 2. I got 2.
Yeah, and who was this?
This is his name is something, but he's from Ethiopia. Ethiopia, Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie.
Yes.
Then you can see everybody has childishness in themselves.
Yeah.
You know, excitement like a child.
Yeah,
they are being amused by
the
a monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is this?
He must also be from South Africa.
Who is this? You know. This was a Presbyterian elder in Malawi. He was called Kamuzu Banda.
Kamuzu Banda, yes. Yes,
and
not South Africa.
And who is this? This is my president of Cyprus. Who is Makarios?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is President Kibaki.
He visited Kenyatta long before he became president. That's why I put it here.
Yeah.
And the same thing I have put more here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the history of this. You don't know it.
I don't. Tell me.
This day, they were celebrating the appointment of Moi to become vice president by Kenyatta. Okay?
Yeah.
They had a dance in the State House. And when all the other cabinet ministers are around, they went to the floor to dance, Kenyatta to dance with the Gena. Lina, Moi's first said that, you know, brother, in Christ, we are saved, we can't dance. You know, according to us, revival dance was seen.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
So, Moi tells his wife, Rina, stop that thing. Let's stop that, no, let's dance.
Let's dance.
She refused and walked out.
Really? And that's why he's there seated alone.
And he's clapping for
Kenyatta and Mama Ngina.
From that day, they never, until she died, they never returned back together.
Just because Moi wanted a dance and
she refused, saying she's a revival member.
Wow.
My brother-in-law asked me, if Kenyatta, Moi can behave like that, is he going to, and he's a member of the revival, do you think he is going to not to do like all other presidents who are not saved? I said he'll do. And he did. He was not. My brother was the first predict. My brother-in-law was the first predict the behavior of Moi.
From that time.
From that time.
That action.
Had he warned his wife, thinking that we are saved, I said, okay, I won't tell Kenyatta, yes, we are saved, I don't have to dance.
Yeah, I have to dance.
He would have kept his family and the country. Now he lost both the country and his family.
How did you know that story? You were there?
I told you, but I have a lot of friends who know.
Okay. Yes, you did say that.
Yeah.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you see? So that's the vice president. Now he becomes, the first day he became vice president. Now he became vice president, gained, but lost
the family.
Lost the family. Lost his wife.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so I have more pictures here by the Kenyan News Agency that Kenyatta has.
Wow.
Than Uhuru would have. You see, these are the stamps since 1902. This is Kenya. Can you see these are government things?
Yes.
But now, what's written here?
Not to be used for advertising. Kenya Information Services photograph.
Kenyatta's time.
So in here we have
things you shouldn't see because they are government.
Wow.
This is Kenyatta. These are government things. Can you see?
And you said these pictures, even President Uhuru himself doesn't
These are
have.
Kenyatta's, even those ones. Can you see?
This is, it can't be Uhuru, no?
No.
It's not.
Can you see all these pictures, logo?
Yeah.
Can you, Koinange?
Yeah.
But this is government pictures. They are not mine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. I appointed the only constitution, the constitution which Kenyatta received from the Duke of Edinburgh on Uhuru Day.
Yeah.
The only original constitution I still have it because I was given. I'll tell you how I obtained these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. You can see Kenyatta dancing with his wife. Those are my wife in Australia. This was the first time I visited Australia with my wife.
Wow.
And I gained. You can see all these pictures. These are government property, and the one on that wall and somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I will obtain them.
You would never be in trouble having them.
I can't have been in trouble.
You cannot be in trouble.
I can't because I'll tell you. I would go to the Supreme Court, not to return. Not only this, many other things. Because this is, I said, so when who came here, that made people to come and get. If I gave them information the whole day and lunch, but then they wanted to come and get those pictures back. I told them no. They told me they threatened to have court injunction. I said no. You know, go to court because these are my archives. This is my museum. Let me tell you how I did. I was in America. I was doing my dissertation for PhD, 1972.
Yeah.
So I came to Kenya. I went to see Kenyatta to get permission to accept the government archives at Macmillan Library and at his office, Harambee House, President's office. I was given permission
to go in there.
To go and do research. I have the documents for the origination of the AU, OAU.
OAU, yeah.
In Addis Ababa.
Yeah.
All those, I was given by his office the file which contained all these secret documents to go and read and return. At Macmillan Library, I was given all the documents of provincial commissioners since there was the first DC in Kenya, 1902. Hall at Muranga. It's called the Fort Hall because of the hall. Okay? I was given all these documents in folders like that. Kenya Colonial Government Agency. Some endorsed by Governor Northe, Governor. So I was given all these documents to go and do my dissertation. After, that was in about June 1972. About September, I returned all of them. I was chased away.
When you are taking them back?
Back. But people, because Akinathoku, all the bodyguards of Kenyatta were illiterate. They didn't know what those mean. His secretary in the office, they could not receive them because they don't know how to archive. They didn't know what they are. I told them these are government documents. They said, nonsense. I went there twice to return them. I didn't find anybody who knew where they could share of them. Because they didn't have a library.
And they didn't even understand what those documents
are. They happened to be there, left by, stamped by the Ministry of Information. And the news agency, it was called the Kenya News, they were there by the power of the news agency. They were not, the news agency didn't have also a library. You get me?
I get you.
Yeah. So I didn't know who to return to them. So by default, they became mine.
You kept them. And I feel they are safer here than if you had given them.
They would have been lost by someone else who would have taken them in the same way doing research.
Yeah. So if they came today and said...
Anybody who wanted to do research would have gone with the government document because the people, they didn't have consciousness of knowledge as power.
Yeah.
For me, I knew knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And it's wealth.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power is
and
wealth.
It's wealth.
So I didn't show you down that. I have all magazine, weekly review, everything, from the first issue to the last one.
So if they say they wanted this back
if
today...
men want to know the first weekly review, he'll have to come here and he won't get it. I'll refuse with it. Okay. Or society, Jeff Katabaki.
Yeah.
He'll get the first, I used to go to this office to correct the first original, and I was given by stupid people the original copy.
Yeah.
So I have them. Beyond magazine. This is the which only the Beyond ones doesn't have the last one. So if Binda and Bogo want to know where the first and the last are, he'll have to come here.
Yeah. And you won't give it to them, you just show them.
Even if I have 5 copies.
Yeah. Wow.
Can you see? All right. See. So that's how I happen to be wealthy
with this.
In terms of archives.
Yeah.
Daniel Arap Moi, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Tribe of Kenya. Yeah. He is this. He is my greatest friend. And the greatest friend that ever lived in Africa.
How do you explain that? And yet
I've never met a man greater like President Moi. Imagine on October 5, 1986, I went to the pulpit broadcast to Kenyans. Kenyans must reclaim, I have that sermon in the book, out of Zion. Kenya must reclaim their sovereignty, God-given sovereignty. In Genesis 1, we were given dominion by God, not the government. People are not made for government or Sabbath. These were made for them. So Kenyans must reclaim their sovereignty by doing what? Dismantling the Ransa constitution and dismantling the one-party state towards to make government that by which they can take care of each other. Yeah. Their own government. The government we have today was a contract between Queen Elizabeth and Kenyatta. but between Britain and the Kenyan government, which was that time colonial.
Yeah.
It was a governor.
Yeah.
We want a constitution we have made ourselves. We were not given opportunity to ratify the Lancaster Constitution.
Yeah.
So let's make our own.
Our own.
That's how I provoked. The following day, the parliament was reconvened to say no.
To what you just said.
I have all these magazines, I can show you.
Yeah.
There was a headline.
Yeah.
Parliament was gathered to protest. Okay, Moi protested. He said, these are subversive pamphlets, my sermons. He declared them subversive. From that time, I went to the headline, Moi went to page 2 of all newspapers.
Yeah, yeah.
You get me?
I get you.
Because I'm now calling the tune. Moi is reacting, I am acting.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what happened is that Moi was so violent to protect his vows, to protect the Lancaster Constitution. Was he wrong? No. According to that framework, he was not. Lawyers would have told him he was right. But what did I do? I persisted. I said people must make their own constitution. Moi would want to rule, must rule through a new
constitution.
Would he agree? No. But he's appointed a site committee to go and see what people want. People said unanimously in whole Kenya. You know, it was kind of people that they want to stay the way they are. Moi said no. He said we must go multi-party. He changed his mind. What is greater? Governance. What is the greatest person other than one who can change his mind?
I see. That explains what you said, that he's your greatest friend.
The greatest friend. That he changed his mind despite having fought me, me having been defrocked. Who said Moi avoided a civil war by saying, let's have multi-party.
And repeal.
Let's repeal the Section 2A. Who said so?
Yeah.
Not anybody. It was not Saitoti, not Parliament. It was Moi.
It was Moi.
Was that greatness?
It is.
Then he didn't agree he left one party. Then he wanted to amend the constitution so as to have multi-party. I said, no, a multi-party cannot be accommodated in an amendment. Okay? We need a new constitution. We continue struggling. People like him joined the bandwagon. People resigned and left the government. Even Kifake, even many people came and we started struggling for a new constitution because pluralism cannot fit in the Lancaster because it was a state constitution, it was not a nation, a people's constitution.
Yeah.
We wanted to change this, to shift sovereignty from the state to the people. Give back people their sovereignty. People are sovereign. Okay. Moi said no. We went to Mandamanoj, Saba.
Yeah.
I was killed. Many people, 21 people were killed.
Yeah.
They said it.
Yeah.
Okay, Moi after Saba, he said, now let's have a new constitution.
Yeah.
Who is great, me or Moi?
The person who's changing his mind.
Because he can facilitate, I cannot.
You cannot. Yeah.
He facilitated us coming to multi-party.
Yeah. Yeah.
He appointed the Ash guy. They went to Bomas. They appointed to shift sovereignty from the people to from the state to the Lancaster. Where did I go? Sovereign power, constitutional power. Those were my statement. Belongs to the not to the state. They refused. Boma refused. Yashi guy and others. I went to a constitutional court. It ruled that today the court is quoting Njoya case. Is that true?
Yes.
All the time. The High Court quoted my case. The Appeal Court quoted my case. According to the Njoya case, the constitutional power, the basic structure of the constitution belongs to the people. That was my statement. So Moi agreed, but because of his education, he didn't understand the principles of sovereignty. I had to go to court to have them redefined.
To redefine it.
Yeah.
So
I say, in that sense, Moi is the greatest president that ever ruled Africa, because other president would have allowed a civil war.
Yeah.
Moi or God to fight. use military. But Moi changed his mind and facilitated what he was refusing.
Yeah, yeah.
Was he great?
It was great.
He facilitated me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So in the real sense, even as he rests today, do you feel like you forgave him?
He never did wrong.
Never did wrong.
He was protecting. He was acting according to the constitution at that time.
At that time.
Yeah, but he retired.
People trade you. And
Yeah, but he retired according to the new
dispensation,
which I brought.
His mind after you brought it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he retired as my friend.
Nice.
You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
He retired as my defender.
I see.
Of
this is a nice view.
Yeah.
You said there was a covenant?
Of the devil.
Yeah.
And the devil. Yeah. It was not a covenant of people of Kenya and the people of Kenya. It was a covenant of two guys, the devil and the devil. Raila representing one devil and Uhuru representing the other devil.
They would say that is too extreme for you to say.
No. Is it a covenant of the people by the people? The constitution of Kenya was a people covenant with themselves. We make this document to ourselves. That's not the people who wanted to change it. And also, according to Njoya case in the court, there are fundamental constitution sovereign rights of the people which, if you remove them, you don't have to remove the Kenya boundary. People can be any other nation other than Kenya because it is the constitution, the parliamentary thing say we are Kenyans, aren't they? Can you say we are not Kenyans? Tell me. Can you change the constitution to say we are not Kenyans?
No, you can't.
And that's what the court is affirming. Can you, who can constitute Kenya? Only Kenyans. Can you say that people have no constitutional powers? How can you remove them and give them those constitutional powers to the president? No.
So the whole process, in your opinion, was a sham? It was
a sham, a Pharisee. Bogus. It was enemy number one of Kenya. Yeah.
But they say, do you know, our problem is the winner takes all kind of politics that leads us.
There is no democracy where you choose the agent for providing what I said.
Yeah.
I said that provide care for all people equally. How do you choose? What a method? By violence in the streets, and you get part of it, a pair of that power. We'll always have elections to choose one winner out of 20, like the one we have, out of 40. How will you accommodate the 40? It will not be power anymore. You can accommodate one or two, but can you accommodate 40? Can you accommodate in one house 64 tribes leaders? Can you? So you have to accept one.
There can always be one leader.
There can only be one.
So what you say is what we have is enough?
Because it does not accommodate violence. Violence is extra curriculum, it's ultra bias. But it should not be part of accommodated because we don't want violence. We must have so and so. Yeah.
So you believe in this constitution and the way it is, it's enough for us?
It is sacrosanct. Yeah. It is holy.
It is holy.
Yeah.
What if the Supreme Court judges otherwise?
There will not be such a Supreme Court in Kenya. We will remove it also.
How do you remove a Supreme Court?
We will.
How?
If we remove it tomorrow, we can remove it. It's not bigger than more.
Wow.
We will dismantle it.
Okay.
Okay. It will not go against the document which consists it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You cannot make and make your maker. Can you?
You cannot.
Who makes the Supreme Court? The Constitution. Can they unmake it? No. Is it possible for a Supreme Court, which is made by this Constitution, to go and unmake it?
Not possible. So yeah. Because they also have.
They will have to dismantle themselves. They will lose their legitimacy.
Yeah.
This Constitution creates the three triads of government, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
The separation of powers.
Yeah.
If they nullify that power, do they exist anymore?
They will not exist.
But the BBI is removing that by putting office bag. to control the judiciary. Is it?
And they wouldn't allow
Bringing members of the executive in the parliament. They are removing the separation of power. Who is stupid enough, who has gone to university to learn law and become a member of the judiciary, who is going to accept to nullify his creator?
But Reverend, where were
Can a
you?
creature,
Yeah.
undo his creator?
No, it's not
He
possible.
will not be there.
Yeah, but where were you until we got to this process? The voices of the church, the voices like yours, to actually say from the word go, guys, stop. This thing is not going anywhere. We're going to waste resources. We're going to waste time.
I said it through Twitter, but the Twitter is not a forum everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it through our minister's forum, but nobody listened. But I knew in the end they will listen because they are going to, they will not succeed.
They will not succeed.
I didn't know. How can you undo? A creature can do its creator, can it?
It cannot.
Okay. Now, but you have not really, you don't look sincere. Can the judiciary meet to undo itself?
It's not practical.
Yeah, it's not practical. That what you call Brother Come can call a judiciary to undo itself.
It won't be practical.
Yeah.
It won't be practical. So your prediction is...
But you just tell the judges and everybody else, even if they become a Supreme Court, that they cannot undo themselves. That article that makes the separation of power it is unchangeable. It is eternal cross. If they change it, will there be a Supreme Court anymore?
Yeah.
So these judges who are there were very clever to know that Njoya was right. There must be eternal crosses, which are not changeable. Yeah.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700 893 542 or send us an email to views@look-up.tv. We can't wait to hear from you. Want to